So he just said, you know what? I have a lot of anxiety. I'm gonna leave. Mind you, we were in the middle of lunch. We just got back to the house and he just left.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and today we are taking a look at why a woman's past will always matter. Don't forget to drop a comment, make sure you subscribe if you are new here, and let's jump into it.
So for many years I worked as a pole dancer and I have no shame in what I did, and I only quit because I got a better job. Back when I was working as a pole dancer, I made sure to live as cheaply as possible. Like I never went shopping, always with old clothes. I lived in a very bad apartment because all my coworkers told me at the time that as long as you don't spend a lot of money, you were able to buy your own place with that income. So before I retired, I managed to outright buy myself a 3-bedroom apartment. I met my boyfriend about a year ago and he knows about all of this. There are no lies between us. He's never had a problem with my employment history. However, he makes sure that his family doesn't know and they think that I was a waitress.
You can't lie to a man's family and then expect them to not find out about your previous employment.
About a month ago, we found out that I'm 2 months pregnant and we got super excited, and he immediately says that we should move in together. I immediately assumed he'd be moving into my place because he rents his and I own mine. I don't want to leave my flat because I own this place and I could see myself living here forever. But he doesn't agree and he says that we should buy a place together and that I should sell mine. I told him that I don't want to sell this flat because it was a lot of years of working really hard and saving a lot of money to be able to buy this flat. And that's when he finally admitted that he didn't want to live at a place that I had bought with the money that I got from my previous job.
That makes a lot of sense, especially since they're going to be raising a child in that apartment.
I told him that I wasn't going to lose the security of owning a home just because he's embarrassed of what I did. He said that his point was that if I sold this house, then we could buy one together with the money from the sale. And that's when I asked him, well, wouldn't that be pole dancing money too? He said it's completely different, and I asked him how, and that's when he said that he was too tired to talk and he had to head home because he couldn't talk to me while I was in that state. Now he's been texting me nonstop saying that I overreacted and that I need to calm myself down, saying that I need to think about this logically rather than emotionally. He then brought up the fact that he didn't want to raise a kid in this house. I'm kind of questioning if I'm in the wrong here because I talked to my sister and she's siding with him. So am I in the wrong here?
It's obvious that she cares more about her apartment than she actually does about her family.
So I was just going on TikTok, right? And then I saw my girl pop up on one of those somebody in the car videos with all of her single friends. Tell me why one of her friends says somebody in the car gets it out every weekend while they have a loving man at home. Been staring at a blank screen for 3 hours.
Somebody in this car. Somebody in this car got down by 3 different in the same week.
It makes no sense why these women think that admitting these things online is somehow funny.
Somebody in this car owes me $100.
Somebody in this car got a whole air mattress to sleep with in the car.
Somebody in this car still messing with a who been had an expiration date. Somebody in this car needs to return me back all my clothes.
Somebody in this car got grabbed up by an.
Somebody in this car got a baby daddy who ain't.
They have no idea how badly they are humiliating themselves by posting this cringe online.
Somebody in this car needs to stop doing laundry every day. She's 3 washers deep.
Somebody in this car falls in love too quick.
Somebody in this car. Somebody in this car's baby daddy ain't got no car. In 2026.
Somebody in this car
Stay getting in relationship with toxic ass men.
Somebody in this car got with their baby daddy a couple Christmas just for gifts.
They are laughing at the fact that they are partaking in a humiliation ritual for internet clout. Like, how crazy is that?
Somebody in this car pays her baby daddy's bills. Somebody in this car is in a relationship and still getting down.
Somebody in this car swears she's gonna get a happy ever after with every guy she gets with.
Somebody in this car needs to make their car payment and stop hiding that car in the garage. Somebody in this car stay getting played by ugly.
Everybody in that car has a long future of being single mothers. I can tell you that now.
Somebody in this car needs braces.
Somebody in this car swears they tied it up.
Somebody in this car's brother almost shot her baby daddy.
Somebody in this car be peeing on themselves when they laugh.
They think that because they're not giving out names that this makes it all perfectly okay. It obviously doesn't.
Somebody in this car stay getting with a married man. Somebody in this car needs to stop the janitor at her job. Janitors.
Somebody. Time out.
If they're willing to air out their own dirty laundry like that, then her boyfriend isn't safe. This is something that men understand, by the way, right? Like if a dude goes to some woman's profile and it's just her ranting about, her ex-boyfriends or whatever the case may be, or all of her hookups, then he knows that he's going to be next on that list and he's probably not going to want to date you or take you seriously.
Her past is not her past. If she has done hookup, dated multiple men at once, dated a married man, or engaged in other unwholesome sexual practices, you have to be careful. Her past is not her past. Never ignore a woman's past, except you have the Holy Spirit and you can decrypt true repentance. Now, there are two factors to consider in a woman's repentance regarding her negative past behaviors and experience with men. Number one, did she decide to change before she met you? Or number two, did she decide to change because of you?
A woman's past definitely matters. If she says that it doesn't, then she is clearly hiding something.
If she decided to change before she met you, you still have to consider the time interval between when she made the decision to change and when she met you. If the length of time is long, let's say 2 years, then the prognosis of a relationship with her is fairly good. At least she has had enough time to reflect and moderately heal. But if the time interval is short, let's say some months, then the prognosis becomes worse. And I will still tell you this, you don't want to be the first man she dates when she has not yet completed her healing process. You might see shege because you are going to be a test to validate her healing. And when she occasionally relapses, which she will, you will hate yourself for choosing that kind of woman.
Women like that will never actually heal. They kind of just expect everyone else to accept her baggage.
The situation with the worst prognosis is when she changes soon after she met you. You think that's a good thing, but it's not. You think she changed because she's in love with you, but you are wrong. Yes, she might have feelings for you, but definitely not love. If you think you have the capability to make a long-time polyandrous woman loyal to just you as soon as she met you, then you got it coming. What happens is when she's not pleased with you, she will be tempted to go back to default and seek comfort outside you. And you can only pray that she doesn't succumb at any time in the relationship as it goes on. Just be wise, my bro. One low. Hit the link on my bio to get my resources. Ciao, guys.
I would say it's actually difficult to know a woman's exact past because women like that love to lie about it anyway. But you can make some pretty decent guesses and none of them are going to be good anyway.
If a woman says to you, I don't care about your past, what she's really saying is, I don't want you to care about my past. That's the funny thing about men and women. We are different. We do care about a woman's past because we know it affects the marriage or the relationship. Women are more concerned about your future, your success, and her life with you because women marry a lifestyle, not the man. Let's get real. And as many have heard me say in the past, kind of tongue-in-cheek, when a man says, I love you, the woman says, I business you. Two different mindsets during the first several months of dating.
There's a lot of truth to that, especially since dating has become a massive transaction process. It's always been transactional, but it's gotten even worse in recent years.
I was broken up with because of my past. Was dating this guy I really liked for a few months, and we were on and off because the same issue kept coming up. When we first started dating, he wanted nothing to do with the book, which is fine, I understand. But then it got to the point where he wouldn't want to know anything about my past. And I'm really proud of my past. I wrote a freaking book on it because I've survived a lot and I am who I am today because of these things. And that made me really upset.
Even when he doesn't want to know her past, she now wants him to know everything.
He said, no, it causes me too much anxiety. I don't want to know about it. And I said, well, I guess my followers know me a lot better than you do. And he didn't like that. Now, in the total of 5 or 6 months that we were talking to each other, the few times I did try to let him in, he'd push me away. And by letting him in, I mean opening up about my experiences. The other day he came over, I told him that I was starting a podcast, and he asked me if I would be talking about my past experiences on it. And I said, absolutely. That's what my entire brand is based on. And he had a huge problem with that.
It sounds strange when she talks about her past as her brand. I would say that's a pretty damn big red flag right there.
So he just said, you know what? I have a lot of anxiety. I'm gonna leave. Mind you, we were in the middle of lunch. We just got back to the house and he just left. Now this made me very upset. I cried. I sent him a message expressing my feelings. And he never responded. A few days goes by and he sends me a voice note. Not a phone call, a voice note. I want your opinion. I'm gonna play the voice note. It's, he's not saying anything mean or bad, but he is talking about his weaknesses and why he can't do this anymore. I just don't know what to do. So here it is. Okay, I have it on my iPad. I might have to fast forward a few things, but I'll try my best to get it all in.
She just proved why he was done with her. She's violating his privacy by playing that note.
I want to apologize for not talking with you. It's not that I'm ghosting you or I'm a jerk. Well, I'm probably a jerk, but it's because I'm scared and I have anxiety and I'm non-confrontational with people that I care about and I do care about. I grew really strong feelings for you. Obviously, we've been dating for quite a while. So I want to apologize for that.
This is uncalled for. She's violating this man's feelings, all for the sake of making some content.
I learned a truth about my wife's past, and it ruined our marriage. I am a 27-year-old male, and my wife, Addison, is 26. We started dating 6 years ago, married for 4 years, and have 2 children together, a 4-year-old daughter and a 3-year-old son. By the way, this comes from Moist Bookkeeper 7565. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OK Storytime subreddit. So our relationship has always been great. Well, we have a serious connection on many levels. I honestly feel like it's meaningful and filled with love and adoration for each other. My friends and family love her, and her friends and family love me.
When a woman lies to a man about her past, it shatters his perspective on almost everything. I don't think these women should ever expect to keep the man after he finds out that she was lying in any way.
We all get along and have a great time together, to the point where we went on vacation with her friends, and when we started our family, her friends made sure to continue being close with us, even including our kids. This means a lot to me because I know having children can sometimes strain friendships. I personally know of people who have children and their friends distance themselves from them, but luckily that wasn't the case for us. Our relationship has always been strong and we have great communication and chemistry. When our children were born, I took off work and stayed home, making sure that aside from breastfeeding, I took care of our children, not letting her lift a finger so she could focus on healing and adjusting to motherhood.
This is a man who truly loves his wife and kids, but even then, it is still never going to be good enough.
She has thanked me for everything I've done during and after both pregnancies, telling everyone how lucky she is and that I am a great father. I never hesitate to brag about how wonderful a mother she is and how I'm lucky to be her husband. I say all this to show just how happy and loving our relationship is. About 3 months into dating, we were hanging out with her friends Ethan, Brian, and Sarah when we decided to play Never Have I Ever. Long story short, I ended up finding out she had been in a menage. She was friends with a girl named Brittany who was in an open relationship with a guy named Sam. I guess at some point they had arranged to have a threesome.
She hid that from him for years and only brought it up during a bar game. That is insane.
The couples had a small get-together and invited Addison, Ethan, Brian, and Sarah. And at some point in the night, she ended up having the menage with Sam, Brittany, while Ethan, Brian, and Sarah were in the living room. They all ended up crashing at Brittany's and Sam's place, leaving the next morning. And honestly, I found it a little weird that she invited her friends to have that little group adventure. When I asked why she invited them to go with her, she said she didn't want to be alone. Other other than that, it didn't bother me. Everybody has a past, and I knew she had previous relationships before me, so it wasn't a big deal at the time.
Once you have knowledge of something like that, you can't really look at your friends the same way.
I honestly didn't think anything of it after that night, completely forgetting about it altogether over the years. Well, 2 weeks ago, my wife and her friends were all drinking, hanging out together when Brian wastedly brought up the fact that he saw Sam the other day. He made a comment about how he would have found it awkward to sleep with somebody in an open relationship, which caught me off guard because I knew about the tree years ago. However, he implied she hooked up with him outside of the menage. Later that night when we were alone, I asked her what exactly Brian meant by that, and she ended up telling me that after the menage, she continued to sleep with just Sam multiple times.
You can't keep stuff like that from your husband, especially if you have kids together.
She said she couldn't stand talking to him to the point where she wanted to hit him on multiple occasions. She said she didn't like him as a person. She would just go to his house, sleep with him, and leave afterward. I asked her when the last time she slept with him was, and she told me it was about 2 weeks before she met me. She explained that she was at a point in her life where she didn't care about herself or what happened to her, and that after we started dating, she cut all contact with him. She has only been with me since. I do believe her, but ever since she told me this, I can't see her the same. I understand everyone has a spicy sleep past, and I've had my fair share of relationships, but she's had other relationships before me. But knowing my wife was just some guy's booty call and she was okay being used by someone like a piece of meat has really affected how I view her in our relationship.
She had no problem having bedroom fun with a man that she despised. Let that sink in for a second.
My boyfriend and I have been dating for 4 months. Recently, I told him a few things about my past because he said it was important to him. He wanted to know my body count, if I had sex with anyone before we got serious, and a couple of more intimate details. He broke up with me for my responses.
How is he going to be like, I want you to open up to me?
And then I'm going to use that against you.
I'm going to use it against you and get rid of you. Maybe he was just looking for an excuse just to get out of that relationship. Right. Now that I'm thinking about it.
It's interesting how they immediately demonize the guy for asking these questions.
My thing about
which is also a fucking
body
cop-out.
count is who has that conversation about body count? In none of my relationships has anyone ever been like, what's your body count? It's really important that I know.
I don't want to know.
Well, that's my point.
Want to know.
I've never asked you.
Don't tell me.
Because I don't want to know.
Just curious, like, how many dicks have you inserted in you? You know, like, why the fuck would you want to know that? This is going to make me feel better.
I think it's what you said, though, where that guy was probably just looking for an excuse.
Because a woman's body count says a lot about the woman. It is important for men to know.
Like, all this recording stuff that you got going on, we ain't got to do all this. Like, we grown, we can talk, and I can apologize for me not knowing that was your homeboy. So, I didn't cheat,
I would not be with you right now. I just really want you to know that, because I don't know if you think that in your mind, like, I would have never dated you.
And like, if I did something with your homeboy in high school and I ain't even met to me till college?
The fact is, I asked you. I went down the road on my partners. I asked you, do you know these dudes? You said no.
But it wasn't intentional.
She hooked up with his best friend in the past and then lied to him about it. That is not right at all.
Like, it wasn't like, oh, let me just know. It wasn't intentionally. Because if I recognized somebody, I would be like, oh yeah, him. You could have been like, oh, when? I would have been like, oh, in high school. Like, I would have just said in high school, you would have been like, oh, okay. There's nothing to lie about. It's just I didn't recognize who it was. So now that I recognize who it was, then, you know.
Imagine you bringing homegirls all up in the house. All up and through here. I'm telling her, hey, yeah, are you telling your homegirl, yeah, go home, John at the crib, it's all good, you can drop it off.
I think if the roles were reversed here, she would obviously be furious at him if he hooked up with her best friend. But of course, if she did it, then it's totally fine.
Now, we meet up at night. She coming over here dropping off stuff. You thinking it's all good. You find out a year and a half later that we smashed before. Would you have trust? Would you have trust anything?
No, I wouldn't have.
That we have done this whole time.
If you say, hey, I didn't recognize your homegirl, but that is a girl that I possibly did something with, then I'd be like, oh, okay, you just don't recognize her. No, but it was before you, then it would have been different.
A year later, after meeting this person over 20-something times, you're going to finally be like, hey, I think I did something with her, or did something with him.
It's obvious that she recognized the guy, but she knew that if she said something, then he would just instantly leave her.
After 20 sometimes?
Yeah, because you know, people look alike. People got what they call it, doublets, what they call it, people that's out there in the world that look like somebody.
Doublets?
I don't know what you call it.
Man,
I don't like it's a twin something. I don't know what you call it, but
listen,
you know,
that's the problem. You playing too many games. I've decided I don't want you. I don't want you. You gotta go.
I just feel like you just going too much.
Man, ain't no. Come on now. Like I'm a grown man. I be going out with these boys and everything, man.
Well, don't
we
go
out
with
to
him
the
no
club
more.
and everything, man. I'm not about to be out with nobody and they like, oh yeah, man, I smashed this old lady. Come on, bro, you gotta go. Hey, bro. Hey, get your stuff. Come on,
I'm
let's
not,
go.
because I'm about to sit down and continue watching my TV show, and you and your homeboy, y'all go discuss what y'all want to discuss.
Why are you talking to me like I ain't about to get you out of here?
Because you not. You need to go figure your life out, because this ain't it. What you doing ain't it. So can I please go back to watching my TV, and we'll just. Come on now, get on my face with that. And you recording me, you doing too much.
I'm recording you because shit, this for the laws. Like this, you don't want to leave, so hey, I gotta do what I gotta do.
I'm not leaving because you doing too much. So
what you mad because I don't want you no more? What you mad? I'm saying, are you mad? You didn't give a damn. You didn't give a damn when you ain't tell me you smashed my partner.
This Sunday, I just want to chill and relax. You doing all this.
I don't care about none of that.
You doing all this
extra
stuff. And
you gonna leave or not?
I'm not. So you gotta
all
go.
Right, I'm calling Pete.
Saying that she might have hooked up with that dude's doppelganger is such a dumb excuse. Like, what the hell is even that? If you would like to get early access to videos, weekly lectures, and case study breakdowns of human behavior, make sure you check out the members area link below in the video description. Otherwise, make sure to click on one of these videos on screen now if you enjoyed. Make sure you take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.